What's up and welcome. This is me, you, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you. So let's talk about Switch 2. This is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 10-minute episodes. Today is Tuesday. It is December 2nd. Hard to believe. I hope that you had a great holiday weekend. Maybe you enjoyed a little downtime. Maybe you played some video games. I actually had very little gaming time. Lots of driving, though. Lots of driving, lots of eating. Got up on a ladder, threw some shiny lights on the gutter. I did the whole nine, and then it was back to work Monday morning. But I'm thankful for so many things this year. I'm especially thankful to be hopping back behind the microphone and recording episode 53 of the show. If you are new to this podcast, I typically use the first episode of the month to look ahead at what games are confirmed for release. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's a lot of games, so I'll try to pack it in as quickly as I can. First up, already released. We already had our first release for Switch 2. It was Marvel Cosmic Invasion. This one came out yesterday. This is from Tribute Games and Dotemu, and they made Shredder's Revenge, which is one of my favorite games. This looks to be a similar retro-style beat-em-up. I've shared my excitement for this one in previous episodes. It's going to be great for couch co-op. You can choose up to 15 superheroes, and it is currently available for $26.99 until $12.15. So you have until the 15th of December to pick this one up at that reduced price. So there are actually quite a few games that are releasing today on 12/2. First up, we have Assassin's Creed Shadows. Fans have been clamoring for an Assassin's Creed game to take place in feudal Japan, and this is that. This is set in the 16th century. It's actually the 14th game in the Assassin's Creed series, and I mean, that is no joke. I knew that this series has been around for a while, but I didn't realize that it had 14 entries. This is a $60 title. It's available digitally, and it will be available physically as a game keycard. It's been out on PC, Mac, Xbox, and PS5 for a while now, I think since March or April, and it reviewed pretty well on those platforms. Nintendo Life gave this game and Marvel Cosmic Invasion an 8 out of 10 in recent reviews. So looking pretty good. Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, is also arriving tomorrow. This is a country western classic. It's getting that Nintendo Switch 2 edition for $50 digitally or a free upgrade if you own the original Switch version. And on Switch 2, we will get 60 frames per second gameplay. We will get a higher resolution. We will get DLSS HDR, and we will also get mouse controls, though I don't know how the mouse controls play out. But we'll take a look and see if any reviews pop up for that one throughout the week as well, too. Next, we have Sumogo Legacy Collection. This is a $15 digital title. I cannot make sense of this one, so I'm just going to read the official Nintendo listing here. It says, from cute arcade novelties to innovative text-based thrillers and acclaimed fourth wall-breaking stories, Sumogo Legacy Collection is an eclectic celebration of Sumogo's past, featuring faithful renditions of 7 games released on mobile platforms between 2010 and 2015. This game looks very bizarre from the photos, very mobile friendly, 2010 to 2015, feels of that era, and it's only $15 if you want to check out a quirky title like Sumogo Legacy Collection. Next, we have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Metroid Prime 4 releasing on 12/4, perhaps the biggest Switch 2 game of the month. We've covered this in previous episodes, so I won't go too deep here. But let's just remember, let's look back. Metroid Prime 3 released in 2007, and Nintendo announced Metroid Prime 4 at E3 2017. So this game has been through Norfair and back just to see its release. And I'm excited to see that this is finally coming out. Reviews have been generally positive, lukewarm on the NPC characters, but generally positive. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition is going to be $70, so it's expensive, physical or digital, though you might find some savings this time of year at Costco or other retailers if you do some shopping for discounts and promos and stuff like that. Next, we have Octopath Traveler 0, also releasing on December 4th. This Square Enix RPG is looking to be just as big of an adventure as Octopath 1 and 2. It has some town building mechanic that'll probably increase its playability. I'm not as excited for this one, just between friends, but my reasons are very particular. So I still haven't finished Octopath 2. And I'm sure that this game, based on the Octopath mobile game, is going to be totally fine. But I have to go through Octopath 2. I don't know if I'm ready for more Octopath, but it looks beautiful. I'm sure the music is going to be incredible. The narrative will be good. And I'm happy that it's retailing for $50 and it's not at some inflated $70 rates like other games that we're seeing. This September, we saw Sonic Racing Crossworlds release for Nintendo Switch 1. We are getting a physical Switch 2 edition, supposedly on 12/4, though I can't find much to confirm the availability, the reality of this, the price. But reportedly, we're going to get this Sonic Racing Crossworlds Switch 2 edition. I did read that it'll be a full game card and not a game key card, if that's your thing. You can also just get the Switch 1 edition now, which has been deeply discounted throughout the week, and just pay to upgrade. But I haven't been able to find the price of the upgrade. So Sonic Racing Crossworlds, we'll keep an eye out for that one. Next, we have Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. This is a $50 title. It is a Diablo-like. It's the only way I can describe it, with Nickelodeon characters. The official description: Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny is a vibrant, universe-spanning mashup that brings iconic Nickelodeon heroes into a world of fantasy-style tropes and real-time RPG action. This game looks kind of cool, so I'm going to keep an eye on this one too. Next, we have Skate Story. So Skate Story is releasing on December 8th. And I loved the official description here. So I'm going to read from the Nintendo landing page. You are a demon in the underworld, made out of glass and pain. The devil has given you a skateboard with a simple deal. Skate to the moon and swallow it, and you shall be freed. Ollie, kickflip, and grind your way through the ash and smoke of the empty lands as you take on a seemingly impossible quest. Like, such an epic description, and this game looks very stylistic. It's a $20 indie title. It looks wild. It looks like a narrative-driven Tony Hawk, to be honest with you. If it controls well, this will be a really, really fun game. The publisher is Devolver Digital, and the developer is Sam Eng, who I think is a solo developer out of New York. So it'll be interesting to see how this game shapes up. Again, that's December 8th. Storm Lancers, December 9th. I mentioned this in the past too. This is a $20 couch co-op retro-style game, side-scrolling action-adventure. Really taps into that Saturday morning anime nostalgia vibe with the art style and just, I don't know, just looks like a fun adventure type of game. If it controls well, this might be fun too, but I'm going to keep an eye on Storm Lancers. Next, also on December 9th, we have Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. This is another $20 indie title. The only way to do this one justice is to read the official description as well. So on the Nintendo page, it says Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is a bike racing party game where you and your friends build a course of ramps, obstacles, and traps, dodge hazards, do crazy tricks, and use power-ups to get ahead of the competition. Pedal to victory with up to 8 players locally, online, and cross-platform. So it's a racing game. Maybe it has some of that Excite Bike type of vibe where you get to build the track. So check that one out, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. Next, we have Farming Simulator Signature Edition. That'll release on December 9th. Pre-order sales going on right now. It's $54. It's a farming simulator. Not much else to say about that one. Next, we have Pokemon Z through A, Mega Dimensions DLC on December 10th. So this is the first DLC pack for Pokemon Z through A. It's $30 for the DLC. It feels a little steep. I don't have any indication of how much content you're getting here, but I'm sure we'll cover it, and we'll cover reviews of this DLC in future episodes. So look out for more coverage there. Also on December 10th, we have Little Rocket Lab. This is a $20 game. This game has a very cute art style. It kind of reminds me of, GBA games or Nintendo DS games. It's got an isometric kind of pixel art vibe where you are a young engineer in a town that needs puzzles to be solved and needs things to be built. So I think this might be kind of in the cozy game category, but it could be a fun pickup, especially when it goes on sale. These types of games go on sale, and I feel like they're the perfect kind of impulse pickup and will provide a bunch of hours of fun for a low price. Next, we have Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader coming on December 11th. This is a port of a 2023 RPG that's already been released on Windows, PS5, and Xbox. I actually did not realize how many Warhammer games there were. Couldn't find any word on price as far as I can tell. But if you're a Warhammer fan, keep an eye on this one. Next, we have The Rogue Prince of Persia, December 16th. We are getting a Switch 2 release of this game, which is already released on Windows, PS5, Xbox back in August. But this is really cool. The art style on this one looks fantastic. Obviously, it's a Prince of Persia game. But this is a roguelike from the Dead Cells developer. And if you love Dead Cells, you're going to love this game. It's been reviewing really, really well on other platforms. It'll be $35 in April when the physical edition arrives. I don't know how much it'll be digitally when it arrives later this month, but you can pre-order the physical edition, and we'll keep an eye on the digital edition. But people have been loving this game. It's been a huge hit on Steam Deck as well. Next, we have A-Train All Aboard Tourism, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, coming on December 18th. This is a city management simulation game. If you've ever seen the A-Train games, it's getting its Switch 2 edition for $66.99, very specific number, or $6.99 if you upgrade from the Nintendo Switch 1 version. With the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, it'll support mouse operation with Joy-Con 2 and USB mice. Added mode allowing placement of numerous trains and vehicles, improved graphics and frame rate, and it'll support autosave and game chats. So if you're interested in that game, check that out on December 18th. Also on December 18th, we have Layers of Fear Final Masterpiece Edition. This is a first-person horror game arriving digitally for $40. It's being developed by Bloober Team. This is the team that did Chronos: The New Dawn, which did really well on Switch 2. And the new Silent Hill 2 game, which there's some rumors that it'll show up on Switch 2. But Bloober Team is kind of on a tear. This just got announced last week, I think, so they're releasing this one pretty quickly, turning this one around. Next, we have Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time DLC. No date on this one. Didn't have a lot of details, no price, but it's supposed to come in December. And then we have Factorio Nintendo Switch 2 edition. No specific date on this one either, but this is a factory building sim. The Switch edition was released in October of 2022, so I'm not too sure what the differences will be. This feels like a game that will get mouse controls, but we'll keep an eye on Factorio if you're interested in that. That's it for today. I know we went over time, but we had a lot to cover. There are a ton of games. There are a lot of games coming in December. A few of them are huge releases for Switch 2, like Metroid and Octopath Traveler. Some of them are, choice ports like Assassin's Creed or the Prince of Persia roguelite. Ton of smaller titles and indies to fill your library. We have a lot to choose from in December. We're only going to ramp up in 2026, so I am excited. Thank you as always for your time and your attention. Stick with me throughout the new year. We'll be covering a lot of titles in the months to come. Kind rating or review on your podcast listening app of choice really helps me to grow the show. I really appreciate everyone who has taken the time to do that. Sharing with a friend, family member, Discord server, subreddit, or wherever gamers hang out goes even further. My website is actually down at the moment, trying to troubleshoot that in my limited spare time, but otherwise, switch2pod.com for all the things. Listen, I know everyone says this, but I can't believe that it is December. I can't believe that this year is almost over. So I hope that as we go into this month, I hope that you finish the year off strong. I hope that you have an amazing week. I will catch you on Friday, likely with some reviews of all these awesome new releases that are coming out this week. Much love. Now go play some games.